here for the long haul, man. So, we were talking about the Brotherhood of the Snake. This crazy organization that first sprouted up in Atlantis, and which actually caused the destruction of Atlantis. And, alright, well, let's dig right into some more of that, shall we? Okay, so, like I told you before, this whole creepy thing about this movement, you know, this truth movement, patriot movement, whatever you want to call it, people keep talking about this waking up thing. Have you woke up? When did you wake up? You know, that kind of thing. And the more you actually study into this stuff, you realize that that's a trigger word. Waking up and sleeping, waking up and sleepers are total fucking trigger words. So it's like, when you do wake up and you start looking into this kind of stuff, you start realizing, well, hey man, we think we've been being rebellious the whole time, and it turns out, I think maybe we're playing right into the Brotherhood's hand. Because, I mean, do your research and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like I was saying before the break, Nazi Germany, before World War II, they really thought they were woken up. And like I said, something that's not really known, but I mean, now you can go back and look now that I told you. But on all them swastika banners that they used to carry around, the red swastika banners, right underneath the swastika, it would say Germany awaken. And they all claim to have been awake because one of their driving forces was they discovered, hey, there's this Masonic Brotherhood that's been thoroughly infiltrated by the Hebrew Brotherhood, and these are the guys who cause all the wars and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying all Jews have caused the wars. I'm saying, you know, the elite of all these brothers. I mean, holy cry! Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying, but I just if you listen to the show, I think you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's just but these brotherhoods cause the wars, and it just so happens, you know, there are elite, wealthy Jews as well who like to join these crazy brotherhoods, and they just happen to have infiltrated. They had infiltrated the Masons to a huge extent before. And like I said, they're not unique either. I mean, these. As a matter of fact, I'll fast forward a little bit, but there's this group, the Tool Society, which is actually where Hitler came from. He was actually part of this esoteric organization, this brotherhood. And yeah, man, the Nazis were created by the Tool Society, the upper level members of the Tool Society. And so what ends up happening is, I think, right before the World War II starts, the Tool Society goes underground, and they claim to disband. But they don't. What they do is, the top leaders, they go and they start joining other secret societies. They start infiltrating other secret societies. The Tools, just like, yeah, it's very ironic. These guys who are fighting against the thoroughly Hebrew infiltrated Masons have almost identical secret societies and esoteric orders. But the only difference is that, you know, and that's how this Brotherhood of the Snake works. It's the other guys that are practicing black magic, not us. You know, the other guys are evil, not us. When, you know, nobody can ever win this battle. All we can do is overcome polarity, which is, I hope, starting to happen. I mean, they thought it was starting to happen prior to World War II. I mean, is this an indicator that World War III is on the way? I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm going to claim that I know. And furthermore, I'm not one of these doom and gloom guys. I mean, if World War III is on the way, you know, I'd say, hey, don't be scared about it. You're a tough motherfucker. You can handle it, you know? I mean, these guys like to shove fear down our throats, and it's like, I don't know, I've lived through a lot of fucking shit, you know? So it's like, these guys, whenever people try to shove fear down my throat, I'm just like, what, man? I'll get by. I've got, you know, it's like, to survive. Not only that, I mean, if you study history and you study the human animal and the human psyche, humans have been through some really, really, really bad stuff, and they somehow managed to keep going. You know, so it's, and not only that, I mean, it's just adversity. If you live with adversity long enough, it just becomes your day-to-day life. You get used to it, you know, so live on, be strong, that's what I say. Fuck them all! So, wake up, everyone, wake up. Alright, so it is claimed by a lot of these esoteric orders and these secret societies that in the last golden ages that the Luminari ruled. And, of course, the Luminari, they're moon worshippers, and they're more in touch with, I guess, the feminine side. Yeah, and it's claimed that, you know, in the eras when they control, there's more of a matriarchy happening. And these guys are more into the spirit as opposed to where the Illuminati is into the material. And what else? Yeah, the Luminari, they're associated with Agartha, while the Illuminati is associated with Shambhala. Okay? So yeah, it's interesting to note in the Old Testament, one of the gods that I mean, I've read a lot of the Bible, but yeah, it can be interesting, especially for times like this, so I can drag up these stupid little factoids. But but in the Old Testament, yeah, one of the, I mean, of course, you probably heard that, yeah, one of the gods that Yahweh, or the God of the Old Testament, really hated, and he wanted all Israel to bash out, was Baal. You know, or he goes by the name Baal-zebub, or what have you. And the other god that this God of the Old Testament wanted Israel to totally stamp out was Ashtoreth. And Ashtoreth is like a mother goddess, a mother/fertility goddess. So it's like you can see, yeah, the Hebrew Brotherhood starts gaining some power, and they're more associated with the Illuminati and sun worship. It's the same old game being played out, you know, with different, with a little bit different symbolism. So, yeah, in a lot of these esoteric orders and occult organizations, they teach that completed beings unite within themselves, the sun and the moon, good and bad, male and female, mind and matter. As a matter of fact, I think I mentioned the other night, the angels. It is claimed by a lot of people that the archangels are actually androgynous. They are hermaphrodites, or they were before the fall. The fallen angels, after they fell, they lost their what's the word for it? Hermaphroditism. They weren't hermaphrodites anymore. Because after the fall, they fell into this world of polarity: male, female, right, wrong, left, right, black, white, that type of thing. Androgyny, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, when they fell, they lost their androgyny. So, man, that wasn't good. I'm sorry, I have allergies, man, so I've got a little thing going on here. But anywho, so this union of opposites, or male and female, will lead us back to immortality, or so these esoteric orders believe. So, for a long time, Christianity and the Brotherhood had entered the courts of royal Europe. Now, from there, various knightly brotherhoods went to look for their roots in the Holy Land. This happened, you know, right around the Crusades. Crusaders from all over Europe started their journey to the Holy Land. Yeah, it's an interesting thing to note. Yeah, the Crusades were, I mean, It's an interesting thing, yeah, because a lot, what was happening with the Crusades, what was happening in Europe at the time, well, the kids were getting restless. They were starting to have a crime problem. The youth were just like, they had no respect for authority, and they were the elite were, well, not only the peasantry as well. The elite were really getting afraid that hey, we got a revolution on our hands. So what they cooked up the Crusades, and it was like, hey man, if you go fight in the Crusades, you'll earn a little scratch, and you'll get all this glory, and you'll be able to keep whatever booty you get, and not only that, the Vatican was like, hey, if you go fight in the Crusades, that's an instant ticket to heaven, you know. So yeah, so they told him that they would. So anyway, they suckered all the people who were able to actually fight wars to go down to the Holy Land and fight with the Muslims, and so this is where the Knights Templar come in. I'm just gonna check my yeah, this stuff's pretty interesting. This might be a good show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but let me go ahead and check my YouTube thing here real fast. I just want to make sure I don't overshoot my mark. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stop it right now.